Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're checking out March by developers Mindful XP. I'm not sure if it's either Mindful XP or Mindful Experience. Either way, they're a group of guys who have a commitment to making meaningful games, and that's something I absolutely respect. This was a viewer-requested game, and it's a sort of an abstract relationship exploration puzzle first-person game. I don't know exactly where the relationship part in that fits. It's apparently not a love story, I know that much. But there is to be some sort of like an Ico-style, you know, man and woman thing. I don't know exactly. We're going to see in a second. Anyway, the headphones are recommended for best experience. I will attest to that, as I spent a good 15 minutes setting this up to get the sound right. If you can play this with headphones, just from the little bit I've seen in the first minute or so, like, seriously, you do need headphones to get the most of this one, I think. So, let us start it up and see what we've got here. Got a lovely flashing chime there on March in the title. I'm not sure what March is referring to exactly. Anyway, so we've got this figure off in the distance here. We start, it's like a dark blue with a bright orange stripe, and we're told this is not a love story. That's what I was referring to a second ago. And whenever we're facing this figure that we see, there's a little chime that'll keep playing. And the reason that I mentioned that the headphones are so important is it's because as you turn, the chime, I don't know if you can tell in a two-speaker setup, but anyway, there's a chime in a stereo directional situation, so you'll want to be able to hear which direction that's coming from. So we can hold her hand, she follows, hold left click near her, look for the two dots. Alright, so see those two dots there? We click and hold, and our relationship, our link from one figure to the other is established. Just out of curiosity, I kind of want to see if there's anything in this direction, because I believe it was just a wall, but we didn't have the light of our being to push through it. I always like to do this. Whenever I play games, I don't know what my issue is. I always have to like try and break them the second I start them. If I can see anything about them, like I just need to try and do it wrong, do it backwards, do whatever wasn't intended. I don't know what the deal is with that. I'm always questioning and trying to change stuff. Anyway, so we're gonna fall into this pit, and through some kind of fog. So now we've got to use the chime to locate her in this. I hear it coming from slightly to the right and straight ahead. So if I walk, okay, I see the dots. Should be right in front of me. There she is. I found you. Thankfully the room is mercifully small now that we can see with our light. We wouldn't have been walking too long, hopefully, before I realized that I was running straight into a wall. And we will find a door. Now when we approach this door, it will rise. And this is as far as I got when I was testing out the sound, because I wanted to make sure if we got to some sort of a oh, it says it wasn't like this in reality. If we got to some sort of a musical crescendo, which we did, I wanted to make sure it wasn't going to blast out the rest of the sound. Tricky things like that when you're recording, guys. Like, I don't know if you ever noticed that, but like, you gotta somehow know all the stuff that's gonna happen audio-wise to be able to compensate for it, if you are recording on the same track, which unfortunately a lot of the time I am. I should also mention that this is a browser-based game right now. It's totally free. I just ran it right from their website, and as always is the case, the link will be available for you guys to try it as well. It's quite a beautiful orange landscape out there, and by landscape I mean gradient. I never led her by the hand. Yet, here we are. I was explicitly told that's what I was doing. We were just together. Alright, so maybe the hand-holding is just in my mind. It's gonna be some kind of weird, freaky, one-sided relationship? I hope not. I was satisfied with what we had. Wait, we need to go over here first. Nope, nothing. Even if I forgot she was with me, still better than complications. I have a feeling this is going to be a somewhat somber game, maybe a little bit depressing. Alright, is this progress gating? Probably. Oh boy. That's an interesting look. You move faster and jump with spacebar when unburdened. Unburdened, that's an interesting way to put it. Yeah, so that door doesn't open from this side. I'm sure that was intentionally done. Lovely music in the background, I really enjoy that. Alright, so it looks like we're going to be doing some climbing. Hopefully I'm up to the task. I believe I am. Why don't we put you here? This seems like a great spot for you to be. She did light up my life. Alright. I'm going to leave you right there, and now I can see my way up. That's kind of pretty, actually. I really have a thing for this kind of abstract primitives in space. I don't know. I guess I was in heaven in the early 90s when I was in elementary school getting Sweet Trapper Keepers. Wonder if she felt the same. Well, I wonder if we'll find out. These platforms seem nice and large. I appreciate that very much. I don't feel in terrible danger of falling off of them, although maybe I do now. Maybe I need to jump back down and around. Be a very creative platforming puzzle here. Up this way. Can I make that? It seems kind of iffy. No, I can. Up another one. It's just like playing Metroid Prime, man. There we go. Can't really see the ground very well. Well, okay, I guess if I use the edges in perspective, I can. I am very far up here. I really don't want to fall. Alright, one more time around, and I think we're almost at the top now. We were okay with doing our own thing. I'm getting a very, like, Thomas was alone feeling by this little narrative. Although, obviously not nearly as charming, I mean, and I don't mean that in a negative way, I just mean, like, it's not trying to endear you to the characters in the same way. The light is running out up here. Uh-oh. I guess that's the top. She and I were fine with this distance. And now I hear like a bicycle. Alright, so the lights are completely out. I'm guessing I'm going to use that chime sound to locate her again. I believe I'm getting closer. I'm only moving in small increments, which you probably wouldn't be able to tell. There's a weird, glitchy electronic sound happening too, which I'm sorry I keep talking over. Alright, we should be very close now. Very close. There we go. You'll see those two orbs do get brighter as you get closer too. There we are. Found ya. Thankfully, I kept her sort of in my perspective as I was getting to the top, so it was pretty much a straight shot. Okay, so now we've got a really nice ramp here. Apparently, March is wheelchair accessible, which is a lovely thing for an indie game to be. It doesn't happen that often. She's going to be leaving, following her own life and ambitions. I was fine with it. I wish the text came in a little bit faster, honestly. I think it's doing it for atmosphere, but like at the same time, I read faster than that, so it gets a little annoying. I wanted her to be happy. Yeah. And also, why does it flicker? I mean, there's probably a reason for that, but if it's for ambience, then I'm not getting it. Simply enjoyed being together for the time being. Well, we don't know the context of your relationship, guys, so I don't know how big of a deal this is. If you guys just met for a week. Played it out in my head. Oh, geez. What happened there? I led her onto that platform. Now we're going to have to do a little bit more jumping around. She would leave. Would we keep going on? Well, I don't know to what extent you were going on in the first place. She doesn't seem to think it's a big deal. I wasn't going to chase her. She knew that. If she wanted to keep going, she would have convinced me. Risky jumps here. I'm assuming this is sort of parallel to the situation that this protagonist is in. I didn't want to stop her from finding someone else. Oh, but she never confessed her love for you. It's a bit of a conflict here, obviously. Oh man, this is gonna be really sad if I fall. Jeez. Like, Vex levels. I was mature about it. We'll see. We'll see how this game keeps going. Quite enjoying this, by the way. Uh-oh, is this moving? No big deal, nothing dramatic. That is a very small platform. And wow, I think I made it up in one shot. Unless I botch it at this point. Now what do I actually get when I get up here? Because didn't I leave her at the... Oh no, she went on the platform up to the top. I get it, I'm chasing her. Yeah, I mean the symbology is there. For now we had each other. Oh, wow. That's crazy looking. I'm just gonna go up to the top of this little edge here to see if there's anything worth seeing. Probably not. Oh wow, I think I've gone off the far end of that platform, and I will make a jump as I almost fell. This is a incredibly tall wall that we're going to traverse here. I can't really see your hand, but I'm gonna assume you're following me. There we go. And by hand, I mean the little orby thing. Door closed behind us, as always. This very large open space, I can kind of see the walls. I don't know if that's intentional. Uh-oh. Somebody's been thinking too much. I've been there myself. So we're gonna have to walk through this, very slowly reflecting on all the time. Whoa, what? Better now than later, we aren't that close. Okay, so yeah. These are all the excuses going through his mind. Well, his or her mind, doesn't have to be his. Before it's too late, she'll be an obstacle to someone better. Oh, and the door is closing, so I have to make the choice to either take her with me and let the door close, or leave her behind and make a run for it. That's quite moving, actually. And I didn't make it, because I held on to her for too long. In the end, of course, we stayed together. I knew I was in love. I had no doubts I wouldn't toss her aside. But that isn't what happened. We will see the story to the end. That's actually really smart and well done. Let's go through this properly. I didn't actually intend on doing that as the bad ending, if that is what you call that. Just happened to wait a little too long to let go. See if we can do it right this time. I guess I could actually just do that at this point right now. Should start speeding up. Now what's on the other side though? That's the question. It's really amazing, like the length of, like how much of an emotional impact you can make with such sparse visuals and just some really nice music. Safe from heartache, safe from us, but mostly from myself. Much later. came back to finish other things. Saw her, but we were different. I was different. I have to say, I can personally relate to this a lot. I'm going through something pretty similar to what is being described, and it's definitely quite moving. And this is actually quite beautiful to look at too. The steps, I think, are getting further apart. Her avoiding eyes. Just gotta keep focusing on the path in front of you. Everything is metaphorical. It's kind of amazing, actually. Talking to each other about nothing. Forced smile and laugh of my regret. Man, I was hoping this wasn't going to be so heavy. And there she goes off with Pterodactyl Man or whatever. I guess that's the ending. Make it to the top of the stairs just in time to see her float away. I wish for your happiness and I'm sorry. See you later then. Wow. Well, I don't want to get into too much personal stuff, but yeah, that was kind of hard for me to go through, actually. But hopefully you enjoyed watching that, and I hope that you would definitely want to check out this developer's work. That was really well done. Kudos to them. The art design was really beautiful. The sound design was really beautiful. It was all touching. It was all quite meaningful, and it was really well presented. So definitely, I am happy that I played through it. It's just, you know, tough sometimes. So without getting into too much of this stuff, I don't want to, you know, end up spilling my guts all over over this. I just wanted to let you know that, yeah, I was having a bit of a moment with it. So I'm sure a lot of you out there can have that same moment as well. It's a pretty common thing for people to go through, I suppose. So I'm sure a lot of you will be able to relate. Anyway, we're going to wrap this episode up. Definitely a touching game, definitely worth a look, and it gets my approval for sure. And I definitely want to also check out a lot of the other stuff that this developer has done. There look to be a few other games on there that I think would be right up my alley for the show. So something to watch out for later. So thank you for watching. As always, I'll give you the Cliff Notes version today. www.indie-impressions.com. Check out the website. Sort all the videos out by genre, by distribution. If you just want to check out the free games, that's fine. You can actually just sort them right from a tab. There's also forums over there, so feel free to drop by and say hey. There's also a Facebook page, facebook.com/indieimpressions, if you want to leave a like on that. It helps me out greatly. And then you'll be able to stay up on all the new news with the show. And then we've also got the occasional news update and channel, you know, contests and such that show up there as well. And lastly, if you're a developer and you want to request a possible video for your game, feel free to contact me via Twitter at RockLeeSmile, or send me an email via the contact form right on the website. And that is going to do it for another episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you come back again tomorrow for another one. So have a lovely night, and I will talk to you then. Later.